Welcome back to Project Ozone 3, and it's time today to head towards, I think, the Philosopher's Stone, or something along those kind of lines anyway. But to do that, we're going to need to get into Abyssalcraft a little bit, although we do have some sort of bypassing of that via our mob farm. So our mob farm has these. Okay, and they're just called Lorem Ipsum. I'm not sure if that is basically an error, or they're actually meant to be called Lorem Ipsum, but if we combine those, you know, 3x3, you get one of these, and these are shadow gems, and we're going to be needing those later. So your mob farm will supply all you need of those. It will also supply whole shadow gems as well as this type, and then there is like an even smaller type. There you go, those ones. So yeah, you are going to watch out for those for your mob farm. So to get started with this, you're going to want some Karelium, and to do that, you're going to need to go to a swamp or Karelium infused swamp and basically go and get some, and you eventually get some of this Karelian gems here. I've only got 6 available. Thankfully, that's enough. I must have got that much earlier in the pack because I don't remember getting them recently. They're probably one of the earlier episodes anyway, but we can make seeds with that, which is what we're going to need to do to proceed. So we're going to make some Karelian seeds, and that may well give me a quest update, or maybe not. And even if not, that's fine, because we're going to head across and get these going by our regular system. Ah, there it is. Okay, we've got the quest update, and I can probably stop one of these now. Oh, maybe not do that to both of those blocks. I left my thing on fast. What have we got here? Iron seeds. I actually do want the iron seeds to proceed. I still need them for something else. I still need them for the neutron collectors, I think. What are you? You are nether quartz seeds. I sort of want those as well. Yeah, gotta be clear. What are you? Silicon seeds. Yeah, I probably have enough silicon to be perfectly fair. So let's just put that away, and then we'll put this back and keep going. So, whoops, yep, keep going. Yes, it's going. So we just need to go and set that back up at our original base, which will be quite quick even. So what did I just take out? Silicon. So I need to go and look where the silicon recipe is, and then just quickly go and grab this Karelium essence. Silicon in here, it is, and we can get rid of that recipe. Just change the recipe over. I think it's a ring for this one. Yep. And this will generate more Karelium gems, which is, of course, is exactly what we want to happen. And then we just need to just basically reapply it to the filter. I should replace this with an advanced filter, to be honest, but this should do the job. And that should already be producing them. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of Karelium gems already. So let's just remove that filter. And yes, we've got 300 already. And we can just get rid of the rest of these just via this manually. Okay, quickly before I move on, I did also want to cover what was also in our base from last episode. People were saying you can duplicate this stuff, the basically pile of neutrons, or even the higher end items before we get to block form. Yes, you can, by duplicating husks that you give this to. However, finding a husk, maybe someone can put in the comments. I can't think of any actual area with deserts. That's where you find husks. They're basically dried out zombies. And you can give them items and then capture them and then duplicate them in our mob duplicator, but I can't find a husk. I did look in the Lost Cities area. Nope, no desert to be seen. Maybe there is, and I just headed in the wrong directions for it, but yeah, so I didn't find one. If anyone knows, do let me know in the comments. Otherwise, but we have now this pile of neutrons building up, so if I just grab a few piles of these, and we'll just do this behind the scenes while this actually works. There we go. Let's just put all this stuff in, and let's just get Neutronium Nuggets, and you get the idea now. I can just basically get a couple more ingots, and as soon as we get to one block, the problem goes away. So it's not like it's a major issue. Neutronium. There we go. We've got 3 ingots, and we only need basically 3 times that, and this just passively works in the background. So if we don't manage to find a husk, then this will work perfectly fine. Just a brief thing when you actually set up something like this. Works perfectly well, but one thing you should do is just grab yourself a probe, conduit probe that is, and I'll grab this one. And if you shift scroll wheel, you'll go into the yellow mode, and then you can shift right click to copy basically settings from one of these, and then right click to paste them. So if I just grab that one, that's copied and that's pasted. And then you can just click on all of them as you actually go along. It saves a lot of time, nice and easy to actually use, and it's definitely worthwhile. So yeah, do get yourself a conduit probe when you set up these large things. Also, this I did get another commenter saying, yeah, they don't need to see the sky, so I've stacked them double high and they work perfectly well. They continue to keep going even if they're not on the bottom, so no problem there. Okay, so once that's done, we'll then be able to get to Neutronium, and that should be probably next episode, I would have thought. Depends on the speed of them. I could continue manufacturing these, of course, but no need to worry about it for now. Right, so we've got to head towards the Philosopher's Stone. So let's just get PHILO, and can I add this? And in fact, let me just do it from here. Can I add this as a bookmark? I can. Good. Just so it appears here on the left-hand side. Very, very handy. I love these bookmarks. And that means we can take a look at what the recipe is. So we've got Supremium, we've got Shadow Gems, we've got, okay, so that's that ring done. In the ring, Crystalline, we did that last episode, okay. On the very inside, we've got Ender Stars, and that's relatively straightforward. Ender crafting, I think, is straightforward. Ender ingots, which is, yeah, extremely straightforward. So that's fine. Resonating Gems from Astral Sorcery, good, we've already got that. So Premium Coal is just a crafting recipe away. It's going through various different tiers of coal, but they're all just the essences we already have, and it starts from coal, so there's no big deal there either. Leaving 12 of these Oblivion Catalysts. Now, Oblivion Catalysts are from Abyssal Craft, and it would be nice if I could just bypass it entirely. But yeah, so this, to get one of them, you need 5,000 PE, and sacrifice required apparently to get one. And each one requires this Necronomicon Ritual. Now, it's been a while since I did AbyssalCraft, so I'm going to need to go and look this up. But if I remember rightly, it's like a sacrificial altar in the middle, with lots of pillars around the outside, and you basically put items onto the pillars. So we've got Lorem Ipsum AbyssalCraft again. I don't know if that's meant to be like that until we get maybe unlock it with the Necronomicon. Not sure. We'll see what we need to do. However, these aren't terrible to make. We need more Shadow Gems. So if we're going to need 12 of these, we're going to need 12 times 4. So 48 times 4 again for the Lorem, well, for these Shadow Gems, essentially. So yeah, we're going to need 200 Shadow Gems. And then the Transmutation Gems also are in the inside. Okay. And that's going to be 48 of those. Again, we're only getting one at a time. So it'd be nice if you could just throw these at a husk, if I had one, and get that duplicated. But we may not be able to do that. However, in the middle of those, apart from the normal ingredients, is the Karelian Pearl. And the Karelian Pearl is something we need the Karelian for. And if we get Karelian Infused Stone, we obviously have a recipe here. So we can take regular stone of any kind, combine it with up to 9 gems. It doesn't matter how you arrange those. Is it 9? Yeah, it's 9. It doesn't matter how you arrange them. So you can craft them, these Karelian gems, up into 9s. So for example, 2 of them together makes a 2-gem cluster. But so you can go into full 9s. Let's just go across. There we go. And just surround that with stone, and you'll get Karelian Infused Stone, which you can then smelt up and get Karelian Pearls. So we need 48 pearls. And that would mean 48 times 9 Karelian gems. So you need a lot. So you are going to need to get them through seeds, I think, rather than by any other kind of mechanism. Okay, so we know what we need to do. And how many have we got so far? Karelian. We've got about 3,000. Okay. Has to be said, we're probably going to be fine. These only stack up to 16, unfortunately. But that's probably going to be okay. And then if we just get some stone of whatever kind, will limestone count? If I just put this in and then get the Karelian, will you count as stone? No, you won't. Okay, that's a shame. Stone, skystone block, endstone. Any of those would be nice. I guess we can use other things. Let's just see if skystone block counts. Karelian. No. All right, I'm going to need to go and look at exactly which stone counts. Regular smooth stone should be just fine. So let's just get smooth stone. I just need to cook more of it up, I think, than if I'm going to do that. Karelian, that really should count now. Yep, it does. So we get a full stack of them. So that should do just fine, and I can just put this into a smelter, and we should be done, I think. No real problem there. Okay, so let me just go and look up and revise on AbyssalCraft, because if I remember rightly, we need to build a structure for it. 1 second. Okay, AbyssalCraft then. So one of the first things we're going to want is a Shoggoth lair, and I can't find any. Apparently they do actually spawn here in the Twilight Forest, but yeah, couldn't find any. So the alternate thing was to see if we can craft some of this Shoggoth biomass, and that's just some slime along with these. So I'm not sure how much slime I've got, but apparently 16 exactly. And let's just put some down around here, and let's just see if these actually will spawn. Not sure if we're going to need a particular amount of them or anything like that. So I guess I will just place them down. And are they something we can pick up? No, they're not. Okay, so once they're down, they're down. And do we have to wait for them to spawn, maybe? Whoops, it doesn't like flight. Let me just head up here for a little bit and see if anything spawns. Oh, yep, there we've got some Shoggoth. Okay, so we've got a bunch of them spawning, and if I remember rightly, you need a bunch of them together before they'll start to build stuff. So, yep, we can just leave them alone. There's only 3 or 4 of them there, so we may need even more biomass, but we'll see that fairly shortly. Oh, and don't do this anywhere near your base, because Shoggoth are not the nicest of things to have around. Basically, the stuff they trail behind them spreads like crazy, and they start to just infect the landscape. So, you know, sort of don't let it near your base. All right, so more spawning. So we want to wait until I've got 6 or 7 of them, and then let them group together a little bit, and hopefully they'll start building the stuff we need, i.e. the statues and even a lair. Because we're going to need Monolith Stone, and I think that only actually spawns inside the lairs that they build. So I'll leave them for a little while, and let's see if that actually gets them to do something. Okay, my base is way over there, the original base. And I've come all the way out here just because doing this sort of thing near your base is ill-advised. You definitely want to come out here and then craft a Necronomicon, and then shift right click, and then you should be able to convert these over into the initial form of altars, the ritual altars. And remember rightly, I think you need 2 of them, or at least 2 structures relatively nearby. And I think you need an energy pedestal, but I think we may need some of the blocks for that. Let's just have a look. Energy pedestal, yes, we need some monolith stones. And you can't actually craft those. We need actually the Shoggoth to actually go and craft those for us. So let me just go and pop back, and hopefully the Shoggoth have actually let me craft at least 1 of those monolith stones so that I can go and grab that from over there. So I've got this on here. Let's go and see what they're up to, if anything. Shouldn't take long to load. I've left it chunk loaded. I'll have a chunk loader right down there. So the Shoggoth are around, and I need to make sure I've got my Raining Gale. Okay, so have they actually constructed any blocks? The stuff is built up, but has it actually got to the block form and started converted into stone? That's just still ooze. That's ooze. This may not actually be working so well just yet, but I need to probably wait even a little bit more. If you start to lead our little Shoggoth around, they'll start to coat the landscape, and the more they coat the landscape, the more likely you are to get these pillars spawning. And the pillars are the things we actually need, so that's good for them and good for us as well. Because what's on top of them is what we actually need. Now, irrespective of that, I did actually go and get basically a monolith stone. It did actually appear before this pillar appeared. Whoops, need to get out of here. Before this pillar appeared, and I then duplicated it using our wand of animation trick. So that is already done, and we now have a pillar. Whoops, I need to basically make sure I arrive on the pillar. Don't really want the Shoggoth around. Not when I'm doing that. Let's just get rid of you. Can I get rid of you? Can I get rid of you if I just drop on top of you, maybe? Up and down. Okay, let's just break that. And we should end up with a, yeah, we've got 1 statue. And hopefully that should start generating PE for us. Now, we need to go and place that somewhere. So for the time being, these can all just stay here while I go and see just whether this is actually any good on its own, or whether we need the other statues as well. I hope we don't need all of them, otherwise it'll probably have to wait until after today, because it's taken them a while to actually start doing this. I started leading them around manually and then one spawned, but let's go and give this a go. And I'll show you the other area we're going to use. So if you remember, our area is over here. I've built a bit of a wall around the back area because I just want to have the back area as a second altar location, and we've just got our energy pedestal in it, and I've got a chicken. The chicken is near this sacrificial altar, and I think it's actually getting some PE. Not very much though when that actually happens. So let's instead get this statue in place. Go away, chicken. Let's put this on the energy pedestal. And will that actually start generating any PE for us if I maybe put this on here? Will you actually produce any PE, or maybe somewhere nearby? We may need a collector of some kind. All right, let me just go and craft stuff. We can actually just get rid of you for a second. Let me just see. I've got a mob imprisonment tool here. I can just grab it back. Yep, there we go. You can go away. And now we need to basically get some PE out of this statue, or at least we may need more statues. 1 second. And it helps, of course, if I have them the right way around. There are pedestals, there are collectors, there are sacrificial altars, lots and lots of stuff from AbyssalCraft. But if you put the statue on the same level as the pedestal and put your book on top of it, two position gap, it will start actually generating PE. So you can pick this up and you can see we've got 85 PE, and well, it will also go to you if you're holding the book. This is a little bit safer if I remember rightly, so yeah, let's keep it being safe. Although you don't see the particle effect all the time. No, it's fine, it's working. Good. All right, so to get a little bit further, we need to look at that ritual we were talking about. So let's go back through. So the Philosopher's Stone, to get the Oblivion Crystal, we need the Lorem Ipsums, which need the Transmutation Crystal. These need 300 PE, which doesn't seem to be too bad, to be honest, given that we can already do that. That's going to take a couple more minutes to charge up, but we can get to this point easily enough. So let's get that Karelian Pearl from the system, along with some blaze, some other things, so Karelian Pearls. And let me just put some of this other stuff away. I got some passive chickens in case they would help generate stuff. You know, you can just put down a sacrificial altar like here, I think. And then if we just get to those mob imprisonment again, let's get one of those chickens and do that. It basically starts also generating PE by killing the chicken, essentially. Anyway, where was I going? Yes, so Karelian Pearl, we need blaze powder. And just, let's get 4 of those. And what was the rest of this stuff? There we go. So blaze, 2 diamonds, 2 ender pearls, and that's it. Diamond, 1, 2, ender pearl, 1, 2. Okay. As importantly, I did actually, if I haven't mentioned it already, I'm not sure if I put it in the episode already, but I went out and found a husk by going all the way out to a desert biome out there in the middle of nowhere, putting down a platform and waiting for spawns to occur. I could then go and grab a husk. Haven't tried the duplication thing with it yet. We are going to try that very shortly, but just before I actually do that, let's just get this sort of set out so that I can come back later once we've got enough charge. So there is some diamonds. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. And can we just put this safely in the middle? I don't think we can do anything until that Necronomicon is ready, which you are, well, you're 2/3 of the way on towards. So husk then, let's just get that mob imprisonment tool back. I think I got a few of them. Yeah, I've got 3 or 4. And then we're going to want to be able to give it an item. So we're going to need to wait for this to come back because we want to, first of all, jump the need to make more than one of these. We want to get to this Lorem Ipsum stage, and then ideally we'd like to get to that stage, but we're going to need lots of these anyway, or at least 4 of these, so we can actually get that done by making them and hopefully giving them to our host friend and then try and duplicating it. So we need this first, so I need to wait till this hits 300. And be warned, you can end up with a Karelian plague if you're too close to this. Occasionally you get lightning out of the sky hitting you, so yeah, that happens. And do I actually need to just shift right click that? Yes, we do. Wonderful, wonderful effect. Hopefully that should go through. Yes, it should. And then we can grab that back. We've got the Transmutation Gem. We can just put the flames out. And no problems. Just get rid of the flames. And then we can get the Shadow Gems, basically. Lorem. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And our Transmutation Gem. And we get these. Oh, actually, no. Well, I don't need to make more than one. You can make up to 10. Okay. Well, that changes things a little bit, because I only ever needed 4 of these to get started. Because if once we've got 4, we can put them on. And we can use our husk to basically duplicate the next thing up. However, we need 5,000 PE for that, and that's a lot, including a sacrifice. So, yes, I could leave it there with a statue. And that will hold up to 5,000 PE, but I don't really need any more statues for that. So we may have to wait until I get more PE. Let's just see, what was that recipe again? We needed just redstone and an eye of ender. Okay, so redstone is easy, eye of ender is also easy. And we've got those already. So we can just lay that out. Okay, and then the eye of ender in the middle. And we can't really do much else until we have enough PE for that. So let me go and see if there's any other ways of generating PE easily. Okay, so let's talk about husks for a little while. Well, not very long. In here I have our usual setup, which is a duplicator. And in there I have a mob imprisonment tool with a husk in it. Now the husk, what I did first of all is just any old husk and put it in here on not this mode, the other mode that just spawns random ones. Took the roof off and then basically threw in neutronium ingots until one of them picked it up. And then I grabbed that one with our husk, our mob imprisonment tool, put it back in here, and then had it on spawn exact copy. So basically, I think not all husks have the ability to pick something up. So if you need to duplicate something, you're going to need a specific kind of husk. And in our case, that then got me neutronium, and neutronium then we can then take from there and then cast that into a block of neutronium. Neutronium block can then be, just get another mob imprisonment tool, just as we normally would. And let's grab another one. And our wand of animation. Let me just throw some of this stuff away, because we don't need just the random drops that have dropped from various different things. Yep, that's our AbyssalCraft setup. It does occasionally drop, lots of lightning effects and all kinds of other things around. You can go away. That's just the test I was doing. Okay, so now we can just animate this up. Let's grab our wand of animation again. Wand, I can never see the thing. Wand. There it is. And there's our neutronium block. Good. And there is an animated version of our neutronium block. And we've got a version that is basically able to be duplicated. So let's just type that in like everything else. And let's get it there. Neutronium blocks. Cool. Because that just means I can get rid of that whole setup near our base. Let's go and see how this is going with our AbyssalCraft. You do get all kinds of other effects, and this is why you don't want to build this anywhere near your base. You get ooze, Shoggoth ooze, and other stuff like that. So let's just take a look. You're not too far away, 4,685, so that won't take you very long at all. In the meantime, I should get some neutronium blocks, and then we can, in fact, I can just put it in here, because I want my husk back, because I need to go and get it to pick something else up, maybe? Or then maybe I have to get a different husk entirely. I can't get it to drop anything. Because it's going to spawn with... Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. I think we're going to have to just get another one. But that's not too much of a problem. You just spawn them on non-exact copy mode. And then just take the roof off, throw stuff in, and you're fine. Okay, so now we just need to wait for that to hit 5,000, and we should be able to just sacrifice something. So I'm going to probably want a chicken or something. Hopefully a chicken works. Put the neutronium blocks away, put this husk away. This is just a random, in fact, I'll keep that one, but that's the random one. And we should be good. Okay, so it shouldn't take very long at all, and we should be able to then complete the ritual, hopefully. Okay, here we go. We need to have an adult animal somewhere nearby the ritual, apparently, so let's just pop down a chicken. That is an adult chicken. And then let's just start the ritual up, hopefully. And there it goes. It needs to die before the ritual ends. So that did die. Hopefully that counts. We'll see very shortly. Yes, it did. Okay. So now we have an Oblivion Catalyst, and we're going to be able to hopefully do the same thing with our friendly mobs, our friendly husks. Okay, let's head back over here now. And let's see if I can find another husk to do this with. Here we go. Let's spawn some husks. There should be quite a few popping up anytime soon. And there's also baby husks. Not that we particularly want baby husks, mind you, but they should get spawned in as well, because it's just not on exact copy mode. There we go. And when that happens, we want to basically throw our very expensive catalyst and see which one picks it up, and then, you know, pick it up with our mob imprisonment tool. So let's drop it in and see if anything will pick it up. I've also got my ring of magnetizing here, so we're basically fishing at this point. Will you pick it up? No. Any of you? No. It may take it a while until we actually find one. Any of you gonna go for it? No. How about you at the back? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to respawn a bunch of these, and we'll get to the point where we've got one, hopefully. And yep, I got one. And he's staying in there. We're not doing anything with him. So all the rest of these need killing off. So let's just put our mob grinder in for a second. Yeah, that'll do. It's going to start dropping loot everywhere, but that will do perfectly well-ish. Let's just put that back in the right place. There it goes. And now we've got everything we need. So then, once I start getting rid of all this loot, that is. Yeah, that'll do. We're going to replace this one with this one. And I need to name these, obviously, in a as exact copy mode. I need to name them in a anvil. But let's put our absorption popper back. Say up is the item direction, and we can get rid of some of the other bits and pieces in here. That should do. Turn on the XP again, and let's see whether we start getting our Oblivion, whatever they're called. Oblivion Catalysts. I've got my ring of magnetization on. Yep, and you'll see they're starting to pop down to the floor there. We've got 4. We only need 12. So this isn't going to take very long at all. In fact, we probably could turn it off now. Yeah, I've got 9. There we go. We got 14. That'll do for now, and this should probably just fill up with other stuff. Yeah. Okay, so we have everything we need to basically craft the next step towards, in fact, can we craft pretty much everything now, I think. We're going to need an ultimate crafting table, but, you know, everything else we may have. So I told our system to make that extra coal, the supremium coal, and now we have pretty much the entire recipe in here, apart from these resonating gems, which I just got from our astral sorcery rig. And am I missing something? Ultimate crafting. Oh, actually, I don't need those at the bottom. Okay. 1 Philosopher Stone. That took a while. But we've got the Philosopher Stone, which leads on into ProjectE, and of course, eventually into Avaritia stuff as well. So, long way to get here, but we now have abilities to duplicate any item with a husk. Takes a bit of doing, but obviously getting into ProjectE and Avaritia, there are far better ways to duplicate items. So great, we've got it done in one episode, and now that opens us up to the next step beyond this point. So at this point, we have the Philosopher's Stone, and we can take a look at what we can do with that. Well, yes, we can turn gold into iron, but also it allows us to go up through the various things. So we get from Mobius fuel, there's lots and lots of recipes, but in here we always have the Transmutation Tablet that needs dark matter needs red matter, or sorry, Eternalist fuel, which needs Mobius fuel, which needs alchemical coal, which needs coal, etc. But again, we can just get to a block form, I think. Yeah, there's a block form of Eternalis, and there's a block form of dark matter, and we know how to get lots of extra blocks, don't we? So that's going to be next step, but that will be next episode, and we'll get on into everything else. So with ProjectE. So yeah, all of these can go away now. I didn't really need this many, but I've got 16 stacks of them just in case. Yeah, I can throw those away. Essentially now we have Neutronium Blocks as well. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Lots of miscellaneous stuff, including a little bit of AbyssalCraft. Just the minimum needed for us to get what we needed. And we can go from here. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, subscribe and share as you normally would. Click on the bell for notifications. But of course, as normal, if you've got any comments, put them in the comments down below for other players. Give them advice. If there's any better ways of doing things than those husks, do let everyone know. Otherwise, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time for some more Project Ozone 3.